Now, let's talk about the data. Like I said, I pulled every single daily gold price going back to 1975, just over 13,000 trading days, 51 years of it. Then I went looking for every time gold went up 7% or more in 3 days. Same sort of move that we just had. There are 26 of them. And I asked one question of every single one. After that spike, did you ever get the same price or cheaper again in the next 6 months? Because this would tell me if on average, these moves retrace. Right? If they retrace quickly, really. Gold said yes, 25 out of 26 times. Actually, gold didn't say that. The little program I built to parse the data said that. So 25 out of 26 times is 96%. So what this means is that 25 out of 26 times that gold spiked up this quickly in such a short period of time, it retraced within 6 months. Usually within a few weeks, by the way. So it doesn't even usually take 6 months. The typical retrace wasn't small either. On average, after a move like this, you could buy about 8% cheaper within the next 6 months. Now, I can already hear what some of you are thinking. Nick, 26 times, that's a very small sample size. And you know what? You are completely right. It is a small sample size. So let me widen it a bit. Let's drop the bar to 5% moves instead of 7% moves. Gold is not really crazy volatile. So 5% in a few days is pretty significant for gold. It happens on average 1.2 times per year. So over 51 years, that gives us about 62 data points. And I asked the same question. Did you ever get the same price or cheaper again in the next 6 months after pumping that much? The program said yes. 59 out of 62 retraced within 6 months, most within a few weeks, which is again around 95%, but let's just round it up to 96% because it sounds better. I don't know why I said that. 95%. So this means through every kind of market there is, bull runs, crashes, high inflation, low inflation, it doesn't really matter what kind of market. For the last 51 years, when gold spikes 5% in a few days, it retraces within 6 months. And most of the time, it doesn't even take 6 months. Half of them retrace to a better price inside of 1 bloody week. But there's more. Trust me, this gets a whole lot better. We're not going to stop here. Now, I said 59 out of 62 times, which leaves 3 times that gold never came back to the price. Surely those 3 times would have cost you if you didn't FOMO buy. Not really. The worst of the 3, all you would have had to pay more is 1.5%. One of them was only 0.07%, so it came back down within 1.5%. So think about what that actually means. That's like going, oh no, I didn't FOMO into gold at $1,000 and now I have to pay $1,015 instead. My life is ruined. By the way, if you don't know what FOMO is, it's fear of missing out. It's when you rush into a position out of fear of missing out. So anyway, even if you didn't rush in, the worst case, it would have cost you 1.5% more to buy back on the dip. By the way, I put together a free retirement guide, how to retire before 2036, 6 steps, everything I'd do if I was starting again at 40 with nothing. No hype, no nonsense. It's free to grab. There's a link below. Check it out.